Good evenings, ladies and Gentiles. How you doing, man? This is the glorious man speaking. Just about to issue a Farman, basically. Oh dear. You ever thought actually the diseases that the mankind suffers from are kind of a creation of the environment itself versus being actually anything that's pre-set or being sort of, if you will, I don't know how to say it, a established way, basically. I'm saying is really responses to social and the the conditions that we go through versus like what really things were like, what things are like, and so forth. What I'm trying to say is that everything is really actually a result of the way our lives are dictated or ran or run, however you want to say it. It's not necessarily us as the individual that much not making being responsible for it or not necessarily being responsible for it. We all kind of mutually and reciprocally affect each other. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's just the forces of energy that in a very non-tangible way perhaps are actually as much more volatile and effective than even the tangent ones. What I'm trying to say further, really, this was the theme of what I wanted to start off saying, is that you look at the way our world is, or it's been the last perhaps 50 years, or even going one phase backward, last 100 years, with the advance of the first World War One, basically, and so forth, which it kind of made up for the happiness that the world was actually once about to experience. Humans finally were able to kind of curb traditional diseases, plague being it, smallpox, things like that wiped out a big chunk of the population in Europe or elsewhere. And it seems like no, it's just funny, just as the world was about to experience something beautiful, all of a sudden these things happens, and nobody's able to do anything about it, seemingly, and the cycle really perpetuates and goes on. And when one thing is about to become actually beautiful, all of a sudden some crazy thing happens. Which makes you think, like, why is that? Is it really somebody behind this? Or is it just some random events that just happen to come along with each other and has no necessarily any plot into it or anything? I look at so many different things that are happening in this world, the violences we have in the world, different things, and you be like, you know what? Could it be that just a small group of people, or even one individual, can actually keep their head up and have the knowledge and know how to finally put an ending to all these? Well, the problem is that we are analog creatures, and our biology kind of dictates over us beyond our intellectual capacity. I mean, it doesn't inhibit our capacity to think, but it does inhibit our ability to put those thoughts into practice. And that being said, seems like we're not able to really curb the issues that we're going to, no matter what and how much we feel like we got it. It's a really interesting subject. You know, it just pains me when I see so many problems in the world, and I feel like there's not anything, or minimally anything, I can do about it, rather than just putting perhaps a healing hand on somebody who already is suffering, just trying to lessen their pain. Just try to help them get them by and not feel that much of the heat, basically. Or the tenseness, whatever you want to call it. So, it's really concerning, but it's just the way it... And those who have the power, being that is the intellectual capacity, the knowledge, and the means to put that knowledge and intelligence into practice, seems like something happens to them and they're just finished up too. It's really interesting thoughts if you think about it, and everything does sort of make all sense. You kind of pay a heavy price for being more intelligent. It's just like sort of having a big pile of cash sitting in your house, which makes you much more vulnerable than somebody who doesn't have it. So your own money not only doesn't help you, it actually is used against you and could sabotage you and causes your own death or whatever.